Hey, it's me, the specialist. I'm doing a video today. Wanted to give a quick preview of this job that we had come in. It's a fleet vehicle that we had, and it's something that we don't really come across a lot, and you don't hardly ever see anymore. But it's a stock blend from right in the center of the panel, from one color to another. It's something that GM used to do quite a little bit back in like the 80s, but you don't see it hardly ever anymore. I'm assuming that because it's a fleet vehicle, they did it to kind of break up the colors and make it stand out a little bit more, which I'm guessing worked out pretty good for them because they bought quite a few of these vans. Um, but the biggest thing on this one is it's different from most of the jobs that we would do that you might consider a two-tone or a tri-coat. It's different in the sense that, one, there's no masking off. It's not like I'm doing a stripe down the side of the vehicle. There's an actual blend from the color to the next. But also it's different because normally, like on a tri-coat or even on a two-tone vehicle, when you go to blend it, you've got a solid color that's going from one direction to another. But this being a huge flat panel and the damage being right in the center, as well as there was a little bit of damage on the rear end, what I had to do was blend the black not only down but also to the sides, front and back, and then same thing with the silver, blending it up. And so being a complicated job like this is something that I wanted to put out there and kind of show a little bit, showcase that this is something that we were able not only to do, but also to get some views on what it is that we could do to improve, maybe save time on the next job. Especially because we ran into a few problems like this right here. You'll notice that I put my silver down on the bottom and I started to blend it out. And I'd matched it just using some chips that I had here in the shop and found a color that looked good. When I got it on the panel, it looked terrible. It was way too dark. And so I actually ended up going out of the booth, coming back in, messing with the color a little bit, coming in, bringing it back. And I got the silver to come back in, and it looked pretty good there. But then the next problem that you'll notice, it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but as I'm spraying the silver, I'm assuming it's because I had my air pressure up a little bit too high, or maybe just the static electricity on the big panel. But the silver actually ended up going and hitting all the way up to the top sides of that fender, or on the side of the van. And so I ended up coming back, and you'll notice I had to put black back over the top of it and blending down, which worked out all right. The black that I had, I just used jet black on it, and it worked fantastic. The color match was really good, and I was actually able to get a better blend from the black into the silver than I did trying to do the transition from the silver into the black. So if anybody's ever run into that experience or had to shoot something that was similar to this, I'd love to hear your experiences and find out any tips or tricks that you might have used to make that look better, especially on something, doing a blend like this. That's something that I've done in the past before, but you just don't run into it very often anymore. You'll see right here too in the video, I kind of come back to show what the panel looks like from the other end of the booth. You can see a little bit better how that gray looks. I finally got that transition to look good there, you can see. But this is the other question that I had to kind of throw out to everybody is I'm doing the clear coat here, and you'll notice that because the van is so long, it's almost impossible, especially because I'm such a klutz, to be able to just walk from one side to the other and doing a coat just all the way in one stroke from one side to the other. So what I ended up doing is kind of cutting the panel into thirds and just painting a section, moving down, painting another section, moving down, painting another section. The only problem that I had with that is the clear seemed like it flowed out and melted nice, but I was able to see the van a couple of days after we had painted it, and you could see right there in those sections where the overlap was, that there was a little bit extra texture there, which only sucks because the van turned out so nice. There was hardly any texture in the van at all other than in those two spots where I overlapped. And everything else laid out nice, didn't have hardly any dirt in it, and didn't have any problems with it, but in those two sections. And so if anybody else is running into that problem, has some suggestions or any ideas that might make that easier to make the clear coat flow better, or even just, let me know if the only way to do it is just to take the chance and try and do it from end to end. I'd be more than happy to find out and hear your experiences. Anyway, so it turns out great. Everything lays out nice. Like I said, the clear coat was just glass on that thing. Even especially as big as the panel was, we were able to have really good success with that. The repair turned out really nice. Like I said, the biggest thing is that's just a color match like that we just we don't run into a lot of that, especially because it was something custom, but also because that particular blend has never really been super popular. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know a whole lot of people that are a big fan of it, but it worked out really good for this company. Anyway, so that's our video. Go ahead and give us some likes. Let us know what you think. Let us know what it is that you guys have questions about, stuff that we could try. We're gonna do some more of these videos, and so I'd love to get your guys' input and really find out what it is that we can do, not only to communicate better some of the things that we're already doing, but to try some other stuff out. And I've been trying, and you'll notice that I use 3 different guns in this video. I have an Iwata LPH 400 that I use for the base coat. I really like it for spraying metallics. That's what I use to spray the metallic. I've got my DeVilbiss, the Tegna, the Pro Light that I use for the black, and then I came back and used the Setajet, the 5000 for the clear coat. So I'm really quite open-minded that way. I'm trying a lot of different things. I know that the biggest struggle that I have is that consistency is the thing that's going to make everything look the best. And so trying out a lot of different things kind of kills consistency. But if you guys have any ideas or suggestions, shoot them my way. I more than appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll talk to you next time.